Hello, students. Now, today, the chapter what we are going to start, that is A Thief's Story, what is written by Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond is an Indian author and of the parents who belong to British country. He was born on 19 May 1934 and he died at the age of 86. He was awarded with Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri. So he is a very famous writer of literature, English. And the story what he wrote, The Thief's Story, it is a very famous story of him. If we talk about this story, so there are two main protagonists in this story. First, Anil, a young writer, and Hari Singh. These are the two main characters of this story. The complete story revolves around them. And the basic theme exactly of this story is that by love or true care, even an evil mind and heart also can be changed. Means अच्छाई से आप बुरे से बुरे दिल को भी जीत सकते हैं. So this story wants to convey this message. So now let's start with the story. Anil was a young writer. He was living his life very carelessly. Means he was not too much worried about his life. He was not having any future plans. He was an easygoing person. He used to enjoy the life as it used to come to him. जैसा जीवन उसके सामने आता वो उसको वैसे ही enjoy करता. He was writing for magazines and earning the money to run his life. And because he was a writer, so he used to write for magazines and for newspapers. वो magazines के लिए, newspapers के लिए लिखता. And then he used to earn money from them. One day, Anil was watching a wrestling match. कुश्ती का मैच देख रहा था. The thief was taken new identity as Hari Singh. Met him there. और जो चोर है, now he changes his name. Because for every stealing, he changes his name. ये जो चोर है, हर चोरी के लिए अपना नया नाम बदल लेता है. And now today, he is going to introduce himself as Hari. Hari best knew how to make a known person a friend. And Hari Singh was very much expert in making friends. दोस्ती करने में माहिर था वो. He used an old formula to flatter the person, then automatically the person becomes your friend. And the trick what he used to use, that was flattery, buttering. किसी से भी दोस्ती करनी हो तो उसको बटरिंग करो, मक्खनबाजी करो, सिंपल. Now Hari Singh was a boy of 15-year-old decided to make Anil his next victim. And now Hari Singh thought that now I'll be cheating this Anil. When Anil left the match, Hari also followed him and asked for the job. And as soon as the match was over, Hari Singh goes to this Anil and asks that if he can provide him any kind of job, अगर वो उसको किसी तरह की नौकरी दे सकता है. Anil was not rich to keep a servant. However, he was ready to keep Hari with him because he only wanted food. अब अनिल कोई अमीर तो नहीं था. Who needs a servant? But he was ready to keep him if Hari Singh knows how to prepare food. एक कंडीशन पे वो तैयार था, अगर उसको खाना बनाना आता है तो. द फूड प्रिपेयर्ड बाय फर्स्ट टाइम by Hari was given to the stray dog as it was waste and tasteless. So at the time of meeting, Hari Singh said to Anil that yes, I know how to prepare food. तब तो पहली मीटिंग में तो हरी सिंह ने कह दिया हाँ मुझे खाना बनाना आता है. बट वैन ही प्रिपेयर्ड फूड इट वॉज सो टेस्टलेस, इतना गंदा खाना था दैट अनिल थ्रू द फूड टू द स्ट्रे डॉग्स. He told Hari to leave his house, but Hari stayed there, and Anil took pity on him. He allowed him to live with him. But when Hari Singh requested him, then Anil felt pity. उसको दया आ गई उसके ऊपर. And he said, okay, then you can live with me. Hari stayed with Anil. Anil promised him that he would teach him how to write and add numbers. And when Anil gave him permission to stay with him, then what happened? Then he promised him one more thing that okay, I will teach you how to write, कैसे लिखना होता है और कैसे numbers को add करना होता है. I will teach you this thing also. He also taught him how to cook tasty food. और अनिल ने उसको ये भी सिखाया अच्छा खाना कैसे बनाते हैं. Daily, Hari Singh was going to buy daily needs and had profit of 1 rupee daily. And then what used to happen? What money Anil used to give him to Hari Singh to buy the grocery and other items. So Hari Singh used to save 1 rupee. Hari Singh उन्हीं में से 1 रुपया बचा लिया करता था as a profit. Anil knew it, but he did not mind it. Both were living together happily. हालांकि अनिल को पता था that this Hari Singh is saving 1 rupee or 2 rupees per day, but he also did not mind it. उसको भी उसने कोई mind नहीं किया that he was thinking okay, he is doing some work here. So 1 month passed. Hari Singh did not performed his business. हालांकि 1 महीना हो गया और हरी सिंह ने कोई चोरी नहीं की. One day he saw Anil had bought a bundle of notes. Then one day when Hari Singh saw कि Anil एक बंडल लेकर के आया है नोट्स का, he saw him to put under the mattress and he saw कि उसने उसके अपने मैट्रेस के नीचे, गद्दे के नीचे वो बंडल नोटों का रखा. As Hari saw the bundle of notes, his evil spirit awakened. जो अंदर का चोर था वो जाग गया in his mind and he decided to rob Anil that night. और वो तभी डिसाइड करता है आज रात को इसके यहाँ पर मैं चोरी कर लूँगा. After taking dinner, Anil slept peacefully. Hari could not sleep. But Hari could not sleep because in his mind the same planning, the same thing was going on, how to steal money. He woke up, he crept to the bed and slipped his hand under the mattress. वो आता है धीरे से अपना हाथ उसके मैट्रेस के नीचे डालता है. ही फाउंड द नोट्स एंड रेन अवे ऑन द रोड. और जैसे ही सिंपल उसने वो नोट मिले देन ही रेन अवे, वहाँ से भाग गया वो. हरी सिंह मेड अप हिज माइंड दैट ही वुड डायरेक्टली गो टू द रेलवे स्टेशन एंड वुड कैच लखनऊ एक्सप्रेस. एंड देन ही डिसाइडेड कि ओके एज सुन एज आई रीच द रेलवे स्टेशन मैं लखनऊ एक्सप्रेस पकड़ूंगा और निकल जाऊंगा यहाँ से. He thought that Anil would not catch him if he ran away from the city. And then he thought that कि Anil cannot catch him. Anil उसको पकड़ ही नहीं पाएगा अगर वो शहर से बाहर निकल गया तो. Hari Singh reached the railway station. लखनऊ एक्सप्रेस was about to go. और जैसे उसने प्लान किया था लखनऊ एक्सप्रेस निकलने ही वाली थी. Suddenly the good spirit called him. लेकिन तभी अंदर से एक अच्छी जो आत्मा है इट कॉल्ड. द इनर वॉइस टोल्ड हिम नॉट टू बैट्रे द फेथ ऑफ अनिल. एंड देन द गुड वॉइस टोल्ड हिम नहीं, अनिल को धोखा मत देना. द ट्रेन वॉज मूविंग बट हरी हैड नो डेयर टू कैच इट. और उसकी अच्छी आत्मा ने उसको ट्रेन पकड़ने ही नहीं दी. जैसे ही वॉज रिमेंबरिंग द इनोसेंट फेस ऑफ अनिल, वो उसके चेहरे को याद कर रहा है. द फेस ऑफ अनिल वॉट नॉट हैविंग एनी काइंड ऑफ ग्रिडी but not having any kind of temptation. वो उसका innocent सा face. When Hari Singh thought that what would Anil think about him, Anil would not worry about the money, but he might felt bad a man had broken his faith. तभी उसको बात दिमाग में आती है कि अनिल पैसे की परवाह नहीं करेगा. He is that kind of person who will think about a person who has broken his faith. वो उस बारे में सोचेगा एक व्यक्ति ने मेरा विश्वास तोड़ दिया. So then what happened? So there was a conflict in his mind. उसके दिमाग में conflict है. Now he is thinking what to do, what not to do. He did not want to lose faith of Anil because he knew that Anil was a simple man. Moreover, Anil was teaching him how to write and add numbers, which could change his life. He could become a respected person in the society. He left the railway station. He came to the Marin and sat on the bench. तो वो ट्रेन छोड़ देता है और वापस चलना शुरू करता है घर की तरफ और रास्ते में एक बेंच पे बैठ जाता है. Just then the heavy rain started. तभी तेज बारिश शुरू हो जाती है. It was a month of November, so chilly wind was blowing fast. He felt more uncomfortable as he had cheated an innocent person. And now he was not feeling good after cheating Anil. His shirt and pajamas stuck to his body. And because of rain, बारिश की वजह से उसका पाजामा और शर्ट उसके जो बॉडी है वो उससे चिपक जाते हैं बिल्कुल. Because it were wet due to the rain, then he went to the clock tower to save from the rain. तो अपने आप को बचाने के लिए वो क्लॉक टावर पे चला जाता है. He sat there under the tower. Suddenly he remembered his notes. He searched for it and found that all the bundle of notes were wet. Then he started returning back to Jamna sweet shop, where Anil had room on the top. And then he decides to keep the money back. Hari Singh returned to Anil. वो वापस आ गया. He crept again and secretly put back money under the mattress. The next day, Anil woke up, prepared tea for Hari and himself. He handed over a 50 rupees note to Hari and told him that he was regularly will be paid now. Hari took the note and found that it was still wet. He understood that Anil knew about the last night episode. अब Anil what he does? Anil क्या करता है? Anil when next morning gets up, he takes out the note, 50 rupees, 50 रुपए का नोट निकालता है and he gives to Hari Singh. And then one more sentence he says to him कि अब उसको लगातार सैलरी मिलेगी. And जैसे ही हरी उस नोट को टच करता है, he finds that the note is still wet. नोट अभी भी गीला है. So now he comes to know, अब उसको पता चल गया that Anil knows everything. But Anil did not give any kind of sign that he knows anything. And in this way, then Hari Singh decides that he will never ever cheat anybody in the future. So in this way, the good behavior of Anil changed an evil spirit into good spirit. तो अनिल के अच्छे बिहेवियर ने एक गंदी आत्मा को अच्छी आत्मा में चेंज कर दिया. So this is the moral of the story. So now just go through the chapter. You will understand in a better way. Thank you. Have a nice time.